I love the lights.
Oh, I know you do. Don't worry, we all know.
Here's some slow
I was
action.
about to say, the song's
Some slow action to the beat. Woo!
Welcome back to Dom and Dill.
Welcome back. We got a new feature. You can
As
see.
you can see, we got some lights going now. We're going to slowly upgrade this thing. Actually, this is probably going to be like the main set. But y'all already know.
For Christmas, we're doing some cool
today's
stuff.
The 9th,
Yeah.
so this drops on like the 12th, which means
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks are 100% decorated for Christmas. Because you got to figure, we'll probably have an episode dropping on Christmas, I think.
Is that on a Sunday? It's on a weekend.
Yeah, I know. It's either Saturday or Sunday. So either way, it's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is like my Christmas anyway. But my fucking girlfriend works on Christmas, so
And Christmas Eve.
it's
So,
what it is.
yeah. But yeah, so welcome back to Dom and Dill. I am Dom. This is
I am Dill.
Dill.
We're actually doing What the Love.
What the Love. It's our first What the Love video.
We can't be dropping any more Drake because
in person.
we can't get copyright now on YouTube.
No, we can't.
So
So
because of What the Love.
now we're
Hit it.
Ooh, set the mood. What the Love. We
It
got
looks
some red
so
lights.
much redder right here than it does up there, but it's probably gonna look better on screen. It's just so far away that it's
Yeah, and you gotta
But it's so
figure
cool.
you gotta
It's
figure
cool.
that
It
we
feels like it's
have
fucking
these
jumping
lights.
off.
I think we could probably dim the lights in front of us too for next time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's gonna take time to play around with it and get it right.
But I'll tell you this: we finally legit.
We
these
got the
mics-
audio.
Shout out Freddie
Oh.
for getting these mics. straight.
Shout out to you, Freddie, even though it wasn't to be helpful. It was
It
just
was
to say you
aesthetic.
look like shit.
But
just kidding.
Actually, like, when I wear black like this, I can't even see my mic, so it's kind of fucking cool.
We're both wearing black. I didn't even notice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, welcome back to What to Love. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
If you don't know if you're new here, we have a lot of new listeners. If you're new here, What the Love is basically just like we talk about
Relationship
relationship stuff because obviously we're a couple. We talk about like crazy stories. People write into us. We talk about the stories, break them down a little bit.
So if you
Or,
have
like,
anything you want to talk about, hit us up.
yeah, like send it to us, whichever way you see fit.
It'll be completely anonymous. Don't worry, we're not gonna out you like that unless you want to be outed. Then we'll out you. I'll
No,
out
we'd
anyone.
be more than happy to out you.
I out myself every day. Live a little, you know. Get on the edge.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, first things first. This fucking show we watched yesterday. What was it called? It's on HBO.
Landscapers.
Landscaper. It's like a mini series.
It's on Hulu.
It's based on, no, it's on HBO.
Isn't it? Oh yeah, it is on HBO. It's
It
pissing
is-
me off. Yeah.
Yeah. It is based on a true story about this couple who, to this day, they're in jail, but they claim innocence. Like, and this is not a spoiler. This is all within like the first. 10
Yeah, like
seconds
you
of it.
learn
It
this
tells
like
you.
it's the
It's
the
a true
beginning
story, so
of
it just
the whole
tells you right away.
series. Yeah.
So like they're still claiming innocence, but her parents were murdered and put in the backyard, and like the couple tells someone in the family 15 years later, and they're living in France. So like it's real sketchy. Like they ran away from the situation,
Yeah.
but then they tell them, and they willingly come back to the country when they had no way of like extraditing them.
It was
or
just
taking them out of
what's
France.
crazy to me is the actor and the actress in it. Like they show
That bitch is
photos.
nuts.
They are good at acting. She is very good at acting because
That
she
dude legit looks like
they do. Now the girl, they don't look the same, but
They are British, and it's very like it's set old school, but it's in the 2000s.
and the way that they shot the movie, it's obviously not shot like here. You can tell it's
I think it's shot
just
though,
the way
like,
they pan, the way they zoom it seems so old. Like it reminded me of those videos you were pulling up yesterday about the whole school you were showing, the singing videos.
yeah.
Like the way that was shot, those videos of you guys doing the crafts and stuff. Like it was shot in it looks so old, but it was
Yeah,
set in 2013, so really not that old.
honestly, like
But in 13, do we have flat screens? And like
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know, because they had like they had a little tiny TV. It was like a
Technology's
radio.
advanced so much so quickly, like it's hard for me to like gauge
Yeah.
when things work. But anyway, like these people are super weird, and honestly, like it's kind of cringy to watch, but like now I'm hooked. And, like I need to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And only one episode is out. The second one will come out.
It's
this
good.
Monday,
It's
so
about,
after
there's only
sunset.
4 episodes too. So if you want something new to watch, check it out. It's very
But
cool.
like the way that they make it seem is like that the woman maybe murdered her own parents, and like she's like, I ruined your life, this and that.
She did because they
Would
show
you, like-
snippets.
let's just say, this is where I want to go. Hypothetically, let's say that I murdered someone.
Okay.
would you help me hide them and flee for years?
No.
I don't think, like...
I would say I'm no part of this.
First of all, like, if it was, like, some kind of, like, accident or something... And it's obviously not for money, like, because they are fucking flat broke.
Yeah.
And, like, then no one reported it. Like, they just act like they went away. So, like, it had to be just a straight-up malicious murder. Like, there was no
You can
motive,
tell
I
that
feel
they
like,
have some sort of weird... like dynamic because she'll have flashbacks of her parents fighting and stuff. So you can tell it was probably done with rage. They probably were fighting. She probably had enough of it and she just shot them both.
I don't think, like, if you killed your parents, that I could just willingly... She speaks French, so they're in France. This dude can't even get a job because he doesn't speak the language.
Yeah.
And this is 15 years later, so he's had to be struggling this whole time. I couldn't do that. I'm not just going to, like, scrape by and, like... She's talking about, I would eat bread out of the rubbish bins for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. She's fucking wild, dude.
No, they're like borderline homeless. Like their house is falling apart. Like it is in shambles.
I wouldn't even call it a home.
But she's like a fucking
like
sneaky bitch. Like she's out here buying artwork and like in the beginning she's purchasing this like $130 or $70 piece of artwork, putting it on credit cards. They barely have enough money to scrape by. And he was saying like $20 is $20. Like, look, we need that money. Like that could be between making rent and not making rent. Like you can't just be spending $20 here and there. And then you go to her little... You go to her little corner of the house. She has tons of little knickknacks. Like, you can just tell she's spending so much money on, like, these little tiny... She's obsessed with some guy. I don't even know who he is.
No, it's not even just one guy. I think she's just obsessed with, like, old westerns in general. The bitch got a couple screws loose, so I'm going to say that. But
she's crazy.
Yeah, like, if it was me, man, I'm not just uprooting my life. I would honestly probably turn you in straight up. Or I just, like... Because I can't just let you go because I'm going to get questioned about it.
At a certain point in time, though, you would have think that you would notice I'm crazy.
And that is where I think that it's in some fashion he is too. He's like delusional to the point of like blinded by love, essentially. But he keeps referring to her as fragile and this and that. Like he knows. He knows there's something off with her. Mm-hmm. But maybe he lives in fear.
Yeah. I think he's scared of her. She's scary. She's so scary.
And the real woman is scarier than the fake woman. Oh my God,
she looks crazy. Like, she would fuck you up.
Honestly, she looks like she likes women. But that's another topic.
Yeah, that's not for today. But yeah. So we got a couple stories to talk about.
You want to take it away or you want me to take it away?
Well, I can take it away. Dylan has been dying to talk about this story.
I can't even say I've been dying to talk about it because I don't know it.
He doesn't know it. But I got like an anonymous... type of write-in, I guess. It was more like a personal DM on Facebook. But there's this girl who wrote to me, and she was basically just telling me how she got catfished. Like, she was talking to this guy for,
Let me tell you, I'm into this one because I've been waiting for this all week, guys.
Yeah, she was talking to this guy for, like, 3 or 4 months, and was, like, saying that they were dating. Like, was referring to him as, like, her boyfriend. Like, I would see her post on Facebook and be talking about... Like, my boyfriend shared this with me. Like, she would never tag him and stuff, but she would be sharing stuff for a couple months. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, she has a boyfriend. Cool, whatever. Well, no. She was being catfished, and she doesn't have many friends. So, her friends that she did have were, like, very close to her. And she said that basically one of her best friends was pretending to be this guy and was posing as this guy for a couple months.
That's fucked up.
But this girl who was her friend was also claiming to know this guy as well. So it was like they had mutual friends because she made a whole entire elaborate like Facebook profile and stuff. No, they never met in person. And she never said that they even talked on the phone or anything. Like she didn't say anything. So typical catfishing signs. Like if you're dating someone online.
There we go. At time 9:24, we're going to tag them.
Girl burps. Dude, it's crazy. That whole burping and farting video, like, we still get comments. People are asking, like, at what minute is the girl burping? Please let me know. At what minute are the farts?
9:24.
9:24 of this one.
But, okay.
But, yeah, so.
If you... this isn't even the whole story, but this is just a side note. If you have never seen, heard anything from this person, chances are they don't exist.
Or they exist, but they're not who they say they are.
Right, and in your head, you have to have like some inkling of this. you're just very desperate for
But
love.
yes, and I'm not someone who knows what it's like to struggle to find a guy to like her. And I don't mean that in like a cocky way, but like I've never struggled to find a boyfriend or to find guys that like me or to find attention from people, because everybody wants attention from whoever they're attracted to, whether it's girls, guys, like doesn't matter. You want to find that validation. So if someone's approaching you on Facebook and is like a very attractive guy and is wanting to get to talk to you, I've been catfished. Did I talk about that ever? I have, haven't I?
I don't know.
I was catfished major,
Finish
big
the story
time.
first.
Big time.
Before we get into that.
So I can say that it is very easy to get catfished. But anyways, so one of her best friends was basically pretending to be this guy. And I don't know if it's because the friend secretly had feelings for her and maybe the friend was a lesbian, because that's like, unless like you've done something wrong to a person and they're trying to get back at you. That's like the only thing that I can wrap my head around.
On the show Catfish, that happens a lot. It's usually someone who knows you and they're bored, so they just want to do something.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
It's weird. The
I don't
whole
know.
fucking concept is weird to me, man.
So yeah, so then that girl, her best friend, who was obviously her boy. Let's give them names. So the girl that I'm talking about, let's call her.
Okay, how many names are there out there? Just say one. Susan.
Yeah, we'll call her Susan, and we'll call the boyfriend Frank, and we'll call the friend Lisa. Okay. So Susan and Lisa, BFFs. Here comes Frank. Frank is actually Lisa, pretending. Lisa was telling Susan, "Oh my gosh, like I don't know what happened, but I haven't been able to get a hold of Frank." Like, basically saying like something happened. She didn't know, wasn't going into detail, because Susan wasn't able to get a hold of her boyfriend for like, she said 3 or 4 days or so. Okay. I think she wrote this a long time ago. We've been saving this for a while, so I'm trying to like remember what she told me. And yeah, so she couldn't get a hold of him for 3 or 4 days. And then Lisa, who was apparently friends with Frank, was saying, "Oh, he's hurt. Like something happened to him. He hasn't been responding to me either." But
my thing is, how do you know
exactly?
This?
Like, how do you exactly? So then
Frank number one.
Frank just like went away. Like Frank was just gone. Like she said after that, like she never heard from Frank again, never anything. And then I think 2 or 3 months goes by. Her and Lisa and Susan are like best friends, still kicking it. She didn't really say how it came out. Like she didn't say like, "Oh, like, you know, I caught her in this." She just basically said, like, she had a feeling, she felt weird about it, but then one day she just
confronted her.
Yeah, just asked her, like, "Look, like, I just need to know.
Are you Frank?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah."
She told her, "Yes, I was pretending to be him the whole time."
Oh my god! And so what happens then?
They're not friends anymore. Like, you can go on Facebook and like they're not friends anymore on Facebook or anything. And then Frank's Facebook is gone.
What the fuck?
Because I like
did some digging.
Yeah, and this girl, I mean, I know her pretty well. Like, so yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So like, what do you do in that moment? Like, I wonder if that's like, can you take legal action against someone that does that to you?
And what are you gonna say?
I don't know.
It's not like she asked her for money.
That we know of, but she didn't say.
Because that's fraud. Like, if you go down that lane, it's like fraud.
She never said, but I feel like
most people who get like that, like who actually go through and give people money, they don't want to tell anyone because they're just embarrassed. They're embarrassed, number one, that I fell for this. Number one, that I fell for this person. And then, like,
number two, usually, or number three, they don't even have, a lot of people in these situations seem like they don't have a lot of money to begin with either. And then they're giving all their extra money to someone.
This person who doesn't even exist.
Yeah. She didn't go in depth whether she gave money or anything, but I would assume that something was up in that sort of sense too. But then, like, you'd have to make a whole fake.
Like, so from the friend, like from Lisa, where'd she get these photos of Frank? Like, who is Frank in real life?
I don't know. I'm sure we could go on Google Images and like type in like good looking white male.
I'm not looking for fucking Max and Eve to pop out here.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, you have to like go really like out of the way though to find someone,
or it's someone you know.
Yeah, and
like it's Lisa's cousin.
But that's too sketchy. Like, that's too close. That could be caught a lot easier. Mm-hmm. So it's like you want to get somebody outside of your circle.
Or like Lisa's church friend.
But who has enough photos and enough of a background to be like, this is a real person.
Or you had to rope someone in with you. I mean, if you're doing it for pure scamming reasons and pure
catfish
money.
somebody just to see if we can for the podcast?
No, I don't want to. I have another story, but I cannot tell that on here.
Why?
Anyways, I've been catfished. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on the podcast before.
Give me like the quick gist and I'll let you know.
Basically, I was talking to this guy. I met him on Facebook. His name was Tom. And he only had 3 or 4 pictures. 2 of them were the same picture, him surfing in the water. And then the other 2 were just
I can tell you right now, I never heard this.
The other 2 were just him. Like
I would remember you fucking a surfer.
Just like selfies or whatever. I don't know. He had like 200 to 300 friends on Facebook. He messaged me and we started talking. He was cute to me, but him and I talked for a year.
A year?
Like on my little flip phone. Like we would call each other. We would
How old
talk. Probably like 12.
Okay, first of all, you shouldn't be messaging strangers.
I was like 12 or 13. Yeah, I had social media. So yeah, I met him on MySpace or Facebook, something. I don't know. But we were talking for like over a year. I told this kid, like, I love you. I can't wait to meet you. Like,
you don't even know what that means at 12.
I know you don't, but to me that meant something back then. So I'm like, oh, like young in love. Like, I love you and I can't wait to meet you and send me pictures of yourself. So he would send me photos that were already on Facebook.
How old was he supposed to be?
Oh, he was supposed to be like 16, 17.
That's weird enough as
it is, but just wait, it gets fucking weirder. So one day I'm laying in my grandma's house and we're talking and I'm just texting him and I'm like, look, dude, like I need to see a real photo of you like taken today because all the photos that you're sending me are just ones you already have on social media. And like, it's starting to raise red flags basically is what I said. And to be 12 years old and saying that,
12-year-old.
yes, like to be 12, like there's no excuse for you grown ass people.
Trying to fuck with a 12-year-old.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But then he sent me a photo. And this photo will forever be ingrained in my head because I was immediately sick to my stomach. Like went to the bathroom and had diarrhea. Like felt like shit. I felt like shit because he sent me this photo. He's laying down in bed at a weird angle. And he is probably mid-40s.
Was the photos he was sending you him younger or he was completely
I don't know. After that, as soon as I was like, I texted him back. I'm like, you are not who you say who you are. Like, you're pretending to be someone obviously much younger.
23, another girl.
I am only 12 years old or whatever age, and this is fucking nasty. Blocked him, deleted him, never talked to him again. I did not dig further. I didn't give a fuck. I was sick to my stomach.
I'm pissed that you shut him out so fast because I want to know what his response is going to be.
Sick to my stomach. I was ill. Like,
welcome to What the Love, pedophilia edition.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I was just being like preyed on. And like, I didn't send like any photos of myself.
If he was 17, you were still being preyed on. That's the problem here is that you don't see anything wrong with that. That's still being preyed on.
No, that is
You
gross.
need to chill with those if you're about to be burping in the mic all day.
I can't help it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm drinking pop. I don't drink a lot of pop. So when I do drink pop, I'm about burping.
That's not pop. That is alcohol.
But it's root beer, basically.
And some of these people probably are like, what the fuck is pop? It's soda, okay? It's soda.
No.
I say pop too, but some of these people...
Where we're from is pop.
But we're not from there no more.
We are still from there, Dylan. We were still born and raised. They say soda.
Exactly.
They all say soda. I have to correct myself because they're like looking at me like I'm crazy when I say pop sometimes. Like some of the patients. I'm like, I mean soda. Like, you know what I fucking meant.
Yeah, get the fuck over it.
All right, like I'm obviously not from here.
All right, so I had somebody write in anonymously. We're going to anonymous it. Actually, it's kind of anonymous. I really don't know this person that well. But they said that it's not like they caught them like in this act. They just know that their boyfriend watches porn regularly and it bothers them. And so they were basically asking me to ask if you care. Because I watch porn. I don't know any guy who doesn't watch porn. I don't watch porn.
But the thing is, I don't know
non-stop.
any girl who doesn't either. And that because I've had
you're a girl. I can say I don't know because guys.
I have had this similar thing come up to me before too. Like I've gone out with friends before, and I don't know why girls love to talk about this, but I've heard it multiple times. Like, my boyfriend watches porn. Like, we get to the bathroom and the girls are just drunk and then just like word vomit comes out and they just be talking shit about their boyfriends in the bathroom like all the time.
What you be saying about me?
Nothing. I sit there because they try to rope me in. Like, I've been asked, like, do you get mad when your boyfriend watches porn? And do you get mad if your boyfriend is like looking at other girls and stuff? And I look at them and I'm like, I literally said, I was like, so you're telling me you don't? Like, you're telling me that you see an attractive guy on Instagram, you're not going to look through his photos?
Yeah.
You see an attractive guy on TikTok, you're not going to look through his TikToks? You see, like, you're telling me you don't do
You
that?
looking at other dude shit?
Yeah. And girls. And girls. It doesn't, I don't discriminate against girls or boys.
Honestly, me either. The amount of shirtless dudes I scroll through
See, I be looking, and I look at girls more too, looking at their butts, looking at, it's like more like their muscles. I'm like, this shit gets me going. And it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm so attracted to you. It's, I want to be looking like you, and you look so good.
I don't want to look like that, but I still look.
Yeah, no. But
I'm just an observer.
So, to the person who wants to know if
there.
I would get mad at you, no, I wouldn't, because I can't name one girl who doesn't do that type of stuff.
I just don't understand, like, what is it?
But
what?
I will say, if you were only watching porn and you wanted nothing to do with me,
if it interferes with your sex life, then it's a different thing.
Then I'd be pissed.
Or if, like,
I would be so pissed. That would,
you have, like,
would not
a problem
fly.
to the point where, like, you guys are, like, on vacation and this dude has to, like, run to the bathroom and watch it. Because there is, like, porn addiction out there.
There's guys who sit on the computer for hours a day and just stare at girls, probably cam girls.
And that's the thing, is that I can't, dude, as soon, you know what post-nut clarity is?
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done, I just feel dirty. Like, I feel like, why the fuck did I just do this? But it doesn't stop me from doing it again the next day.
I think it's healthy. It's a healthy thing. Like, everyone does it. That's why people make content like that. Because that is, people like that. And I think it's healthy if you are not obsessed. If you're obsessed with it, you're spending tons of money on different videos and whatever the fuck. And you are...
Have you ever spent money on porn?
No.
Would you?
No. Because there's so much out there that you don't need to spend money on. Why would you spend money?
I know that. But, like...
Unless there's, like, someone who I think is so hot. Like...
Okay, so here's what I'll say.
If fucking who is hot as hell to me.
There was no, but this... You can't say hot because, like, I don't look at porn, so it's like, oh my... Like,
no, I mean, like, a fine-ass guy who's not... Like, Drake.
Though.
I would pay $100... I would pay $1,000 to see something of his.
I would as well. Like, that's crazy. That's not porn.
That's
it's a
what
sex
I mean.
tape.
If I'm paying for someone that I really am truly...
I'm talking like a porn subscription.
No.
But I will say, so I didn't pay for it. I had a porn subscription. Somebody in college gave it to a friend, and that friend...
So just shared logins?
That friend just shared it around. So there was probably so many. So for like 2 solid years...
I'm shocked that they let that happen on sites like that.
Too.
That they don't like... It's like one...
Me too.
One user, and that's it.
Well, how can you monitor it? We're using the same login.
I know, but like you can tell different devices.
And we were probably on it all at the same time.
Yeah, like different devices.
It was amongst so many people that I know.
Yeah.
That we had to...
See, that's crazy that they would even let that happen.
But, so, I will say that the quality is stepped up to another level. And I'm a guy, like... I like to know the storyline. My friends make fun of me all the time because I'm like, I like to know what's happening in the scene. Like, I'm not trying to skip through to just get in. I'm like, I want to know why. Why are you guys doing it? Like, what's going on here? Give me a little bit of background.
That is the reader in you. That is the reader in you.
But then, like, once I know, I skip ahead to, like, just keep going. You know how you got your scenes, you know? Everybody got their scenes. You like a certain angle. And so I'll skip through to where I'm at, and I'm like, okay, now I'm good. But so... I could see the appeal in paying for it. It's another level. Me and some of my friends have considered just going in on one. What is it, $10 a fucking month? You know what I blow $10 a month on?
Everything.
I could be blowing loads.
See, no, I don't think that that's something. I would never do it. I would never do it because I don't think there's a need.
I did it?
No, I wouldn't judge you. I only would judge you if you're sitting in here like a little fucking weirdo.
I have never watched
all day long
with you in the house.
Like, that is when I would judge you. I would only judge you if you're doing it an unexcessive amount to the point where I am like grossed out by it. Because, and that's one thing.
Good to know.
If you ever got to the point where you were like that, it would be an immediate shutdown in the relationship.
Do you feel differently about OnlyFans than you do about porn? Like, if someone was subscribed to an OnlyFans, is that more intimate because it's that person individually?
I think with OnlyFans, I think OnlyFans is kind of stupid. I think you're dumb. Like
I've never been like on someone's profile, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, I've been on it, but like I don't pay. But you can still like go on there and look like what's her name's Jason Nash's ex, Trisha Paytas.
Oh God.
I went on hers just to see, like, because she was like one of the first people that I've ever heard about making an OnlyFans. So I looked at her, but you can't see anything unless you pay. But you can still scroll, and like she can still put up like free photos and like different things, like of whatever she wants. But then anything that you have to pay for is like locked, and you can't see anything.
Well, and I think that the appeal with OnlyFans is like you can have a one-on-one conversation with these people who you would otherwise have no connection to.
See,
and they can send you
and I think with OnlyFans, another thing, it's so hard to even search people and find people. Like there's no
go through
there's no like popular page. There's no like, oh, who's trending now. There's no like,
that'd be crazy.
There's nothing. It's just a search bar, and like you have to type in whoever you're looking for specifically. Where I think on a porn site, you just get everything thrown at you, and whatever you want to do, you do. You can dabble around. You can say, oh, this sucks, close it out, go to a new one. But on OnlyFans, like if you don't have a certain person you were looking for, you're not going to find anything on there. And I think it's stupid because no one's going to find you. And like if I made an OnlyFans,
with a link,
I would never promote it. Like
I'll promote you.
I would never promote it because I would fucking fall out if I knew like
somebody like, yeah, I get where you're going with that.
I would fucking die.
Because
I would die.
Yeah,
I would die. If someone I knew was watching me, I don't care who you are. If it's like I don't know, like one of Carlos's friends or my mom's friends, or
and like, because then they could just be like, "Hey, did you know anything about OnlyFans?" Like they could like say weird shit. It could get weird.
And it's like, how did you know? Like, how did you know I had one? But if it was like someone I went to high school with, I don't give a fuck. You can look at me naked all day long. I'm not ashamed to be naked, and I would not. Know. And I would not.
You were posted up in the doorway while I'm trying to work today, just standing.
I was standing there for so long.
I look over, what the fuck
I bought this little hair turban because like. Putting your hair up in a towel, all that pressure sitting on top is not good for your hair. You pull all your hair out and it's just not good. So I bought a hair turban, which is exactly what it sounds like. And I look so crazy with it on.
Wild.
And I was standing in the doorway naked.
Like not even middle-aged, like above middle-aged black woman. Like that's what I see when I see that.
I look awful.
Everything. I'm like, okay.
I look awful. Dylan hates when I wear it. I put these lights up. I had nothing on. I was like butt naked putting these lights on with his hair bonnet on.
Yeah, it was weird.
Hilarious. But back to the porn thing, I don't think it's a big deal.
I don't either.
I don't think it's a big deal.
I mean, I know you watch it, so you know what though? I would love to see what like your search history looks like. I'm always curious to see what. Like,
no, you won't. I get down fucking rabbit holes.
Oh, so
I get down rabbit holes I don't want to be down.
Because I had this conversation.
But I get curious. I get so curious. It's more so some things I watch like out of just pure curiosity. Like
same.
Like what the fuck is this?
I was more into curiosity. Like in high school, like, we would watch some weird shit. But do you talk about like different porn with your friends?
No, I think the only time I ever had was with Morgan, and it was actually a huge breakthrough because I always felt weird about what I was into and what I would watch sometimes and stuff because I'm like, this doesn't seem like this is normal to me. And I talked to Morgan about it one day. We were just driving. No, there's no normal. It's just, it doesn't matter because my thing is I don't have a preference. If someone says, oh, what's your kink or I don't have one. Same. I go on, I browse. And that's just basically what it is.
I was going to ask you, because I had this conversation with my friends the other day. Do you search a specific thing, or do you just scroll through?
I typically just go on the homepage and I'll look and see.
One of my friends said that every site they go to, because what site do you use?
I'm not going all there.
It's just a website. It doesn't show what you're watching.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm a basic bitch, so I still use Pornhub all the time. And he was trying to dog some of us for using Pornhub. He's like, oh, it's fucking
Pornhub sucks.
Wash up now. Not any. So he sent these fucking
Pornhub sucks.
He sent these websites that, let me tell you, horrible. It looks like I'm on dial-up.
No, like, that is like black web shit. Virus.
No. And so he's like, well, I like to search what I'm looking. I'm like, whoa, you search every time you get on, you search something?
No, I don't. I usually go through. I mean, sometimes I will. But it's after, I will search after I've been browsing.
Yes. I'll be like, oh, let me go back to that one. Where was it at? But then I like the homepage to serve me up what I'm looking for. Not me, though.
Because sometimes they have some things on there that I want to die. Like if you bring BBC on screen, I'm out.
Yeah, see, and
I am out of the game.
I need to have a male involved because like I just need to see that.
Yeah.
Like visually.
It just looks. It's more. It's
but
natural.
the moment that cock is black, I'm like, okay, this isn't realistic to me anymore because my thing is so small. It's not.
I can't because I feel so sorry for the girl. I feel so sorry for her. I am like, you are about to get your life wrecked.
Not just your life, your pussy.
And you know it. And I know it. And I cannot sit here and be okay with this. I gotta go.
Some of them chicks take more than one baby.
Like, I gotta go. Like I don't know where I heard this, but I've heard like an interview with porn stars before, and they would say that they would have to go like to try out. Like you have to go to the sex store and get a certain toy, which is one of those
massive
things, and you have to be able to fit it in you.
Not every single person.
No, but they were this person specifically was talking about, I don't remember who it was, and they said that they had to, that's like one of their tryouts, and I about fell to the floor. I was like, what do you mean? Like, do you know how much time that would take? Like, oh my God. And like, how unenjoyable that would be. Like, first of all, you're with a stranger you don't know. Second of all,
have you ever noticed how many women there are compared to men? There's only a handful of guy porn stars.
Yeah, because women are, I don't know. I feel like women are, we're so much more, we're sexualized.
It's more desirable.
It is.
And the main market is men.
I will make, like, if you and I became porn stars, I would make more money than you just because I'm a girl. And
no one would hire me.
And more, and yeah. And it's just, it's how it is. Like,
would you ever do it?
Not a porn star. No. I would do a cam girl, but I would have to wear like a mask. And I actually like, alter ego.
Because I think as a cam girl, being Asian would help your cause.
I get that, but I also get that I don't want anybody to know who the fuck I am. So I would definitely be in a mask, and that's
why you have a different name.
No,
like you use your name.
No.
You're gonna use your real name.
No, I wouldn't use anything real, and I'm not using my real face either. No,
girl,
I am not.
To watch you in a mask.
No, people like that. People do like that, especially if I wore like. I don't know what people like. I don't know.
Yeah. I do. A girl's burping on YouTube.
No, I should just sit here and just burp for a podcast.
Your next vlog should just be you burping.
I can guarantee you it would get the most views out of anything I've ever posted.
What if you blew up?
That's the type of shit that takes off.
I know it is.
Give me a couple Not Your Fathers, and I'm about to be
this episode
famous.
Has been so much more sexual than I expected it to be.
Well, I'm very open, and like I feel like I always feel weird talking about it on the podcast because I don't know who listens, but like I've always this is the most open you've been about. I was raised in a house where we don't talk about stuff like this. Like my mom.
I was raised in a house where that's all we talk about.
Yes. So like when I was first go around Dylan's parents, like and Dylan's family, I was definitely like taken back a lot of times. Yes, because I'm like
and you know, it's not even that the things we say are that wild. It's just that we say them so openly, like no one gives a shit. Like it's just so accepted. Like any of us could say anything. Whether it's me talking about it, my parents talking about it.
Yeah.
And we just continue on the conversation.
I was definitely taken back a lot because I wasn't raised in a house like that. Like my mom, she doesn't talk like that. And like Carlos, he would to his friends, but my mom and Carlos, they never talked like that. So we never watched like sexual movies. We never did any of that. Like,
what do you mean by sexual movies?
Like the movie Ted. I always think it comes to my head. Like
Ted?
Ted is a raunchy humor. Like a raunchy type of humor. Like
that is like the normal type of humor we'd watch in my home.
And that's what I mean. Like my mom did not stand for that. So Carlos would watch it without us, but she did not stand for stuff like that. So like, and any of my ex-boyfriend's house I've ever been to, they didn't talk like that either. Not like parents didn't. I would say I think your parents are more of the minority than the majority.
I would agree with that.
Yes.
But a lot of my friends' parents are the same way.
Yeah.
Which is like.
But that's why you guys all flock. That's why you guys all have been one big flock. Because you guys all...
My friends' parents are friends with my parents.
Yeah. So then it trickles down. It trickles down. Exactly. Not me. So when I would first go around your dad specifically, I would be like, wow. Like he's very just open.
Honestly, what you hear from me is the same shit you're going to hear from me.
Yeah. It's very open. And I was not used to that. And I didn't like it at first. I'm like, oh.
You could actually literally, if you're new, go back to the audio. And my parents are on one of the earlier What the Love episodes.
Dude, your dad he was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to do another one with him now. I would love to have just your dad on.
We could have mine.
Because he would be more open to talk about things, I think, if your mom wasn't sitting
And I
right
also
there.
think that if my mom was on, she'd be more
I know.
open
If we could single them
Single each out.
like one episode, but bring them in halfway through, like change it up, and then end
Ask
it with
them
both
the
of
same
them.
fucking questions.
We should.
Ooh, that'd be good.
That would
Take
be
them out
so
the room
good.
and ask them the same questions.
The same, and then see what they say.
That'd be good.
That'd be very good.
I don't know where we're gonna put them, where they could also talk into the mic. I guess I could just extend this out to the middle, and like people could share though.
Yeah,
because this has a long extension.
We have to figure out a way to put a third mic in.
I mean, we don't have a third mic, first of all.
We don't.
But this mic could literally probably fit right here, and then two people just talking to it.
Yeah, I would love to do that. But yeah, so I get very uncomfortable talking about sexual stuff because I was never raised that way. I mean, on the podcast, yes, I do. And like when I first made the podcast, I was always like, I'm not going to talk about bad things. I'm not going to talk bad. But then my grandma watched it and she like was pissed at the way that we talk on here.
And fuck off.
Okay, no, not that.
No, I'll say that to anyone who watches it.
But for real though,
no, if anyone watches this and has something to say about, first of all, I'm a fucking adult. Second of all,
turn it
off.
Turn
the shit off.
Turn it off right now. Like if you don't like what you're hearing, turn it off. If I had
subscribe, but then turn the shit off.
No, don't even subscribe. I don't need you to subscribe. If you don't support, don't subscribe. Like, but sure as shit, don't listen. Like, don't listen every week and then get pissed about what I'm saying.
Not even that. Like, as soon as you start to hear something you don't like, why are you still listening?
Just so you can
bitch. Shut it off immediately.
Yeah. So but then when she said that to me, I kind of was like, you know what? Like, I'm grown. Like, I'm done feeling like I'm a kid in this life. I'm done being viewed as a kid. I am grown as fuck. I take care of grown woman business. I pay my bills. Nobody pays for anything of mine besides my dad who pays my phone bill. And other than that, nobody pays anything and does anything for me. So if I'm going to sit here and say fuck, shit, bitch, ass, hoe, motherfucker, I can. Because I'm grown as hell and I can say what I want to say. And that's how I talk in my real life. Like, I'm a sailor.
And send it to your grandma.
No, but seriously though, it's like I love my family, but if you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to what I'm saying. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. I'm not hurt if you don't listen to me. I'm more hurt if you do listen and then bitch about what I'm saying.
When me and Dan used to rap, Mama would always ask, like, "Oh, you guys want music on me here?" I'm like, honestly, you don't want to hear this.
No,
like, I'm telling you right now,
don't.
This is gonna skew your view of me. Do not.
Yeah. So when I put it on Facebook and stuff, like, I know like I'm the one sharing it, and I know like.
But you should. It's something.
It's like I'm promoting myself, and I love to do the podcast, and I think it's so fun to talk every week. And if you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen. So that's basically
like I said. Fuck off.
I'm grown. I'm grown.
You have any more stories? Or any more topics, per se?
I don't think I do.
I have this one I found online today.
Oh, yeah. This sounds juicy. Everybody, I'm vaping, too.
It was... Oh, yeah.
So.
They don't care. You're grown.
I am grown, but they haven't seen this yet.
But yeah, you know why I haven't seen it? Because she's a fiend. She's been talking for weeks about, I'm done vaping. I ain't getting another vape.
I stopped for a while.
While we're in Cancun.
I stopped for 2 months.
And while we're in Cancun, she's...
I was tweaking. Because when I am drinking, I love to have nicotine.
Tweaking to the point she goes and buys a pack.
I bought a pack of cigs, but I only smoke 3 out of the whole pack.
But then we
one
get
a
home,
day.
When we get home, she shows up after work one night, puffing on a fucking bar right here.
Yep.
Fiend behavior.
1 cig a day, though, is nothing.
All right, so I found this story. And it was a guy who I want to say, oh, actually, it's right here, 34.
It's about to be juicy.
His girlfriend's 31. They've been there for like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And he found like a journal that she'd been writing in. And I'm just going to read like this transcription. It'll probably take a couple minutes, but I'm going to go through it. It says, I started looking through some boxes and I found this notebook buried under a bunch of old sweaters. I had never seen it before and it was really odd to find it here because, like I said, she keeps her notebooks in her study. I was curious, so I started reading. She wrote a novel, basically. Like, this is like her novel, all in this
I want to read the
individual
novel.
notebook. It said, the novel starts out with her finding a wishing stone, which grants her any one wish. She makes a very specific, detailed wish to become High Queen of the entire world, with everyone reporting to her, while still allowing every nation to have their governments and rulers, but she can tweak their laws as she wishes. She ends up living in a grand palace and meets with delegates from every country to discuss the world events, to yay or nay certain rules or policies being enacted.
Okay.
He said, I was enjoying the story thus far. Then she meets with the head of her Black Squad, a squad of trained assassins and kidnappers. She commands this black squad to kidnap women who've been in my life romantically and platonically. She kills off my exes after pages of psychological and physical torture. She ruins the careers of platonic friendships and makes their families shun them and drives some of them to commit suicide. The only people she doesn't target are the ones she deems to have been respectful of our relationship, which according to her in this book means dressing appropriately around me, liking Facebook pictures and statuses that have both of us in it instead of just me, and keeping discussions of their personal lives to me to a minimum. That is fucking weird.
That is hilarious, and I want to read this novel, and I want to meet this woman.
As a writer, I would never...
That's hilarious. If I can make a book about killing your exes, I would.
You don't think that's weird? You think that's normal behavior?
I think it's fine. It's obviously a very jealous woman.
Yeah,
and jealousy is real. I know there's probably a lot of girls out there that are like, if I could fucking kill his ex, I would. Okay, if I could kill all his exes, I would.
Friendships.
Same thing. So those are the ones who are sneaky. Those are the ones who sneak up out of nowhere and like, oh, I was cheating on her. Oh, I'm leaving you for her. Oh, we're best friends.
You sound like you know from experience.
Turns out I'm in love.
Fucking other dudes on the side?
No. But I'm saying like that is, I can understand that. I'd rather kill all your girlfriends than kill your exes. Because I know with the exes, you guys were once a thing and you ended and that's it. Now your friends who are your girls, I don't know. You've been friends for years. Maybe you are in love with them.
To go as far in this novel as to say who dressed appropriately.
I just can't believe that she tried to become like the beginning part of the book.
And he liked that part.
That is wild to me. Like, so she has fantasies of like ruling the world.
And it's crazy that she wrote a novel about herself. That's weird to me.
That's funny.
I would never put myself in a book I was writing.
Well, she obviously does. She obviously hit it and is like, okay, this is just, I don't know. She must have felt some type of way at one point in time.
I will say
that's a healthy way to get your feelings out.
It is a much healthier way.
Because she could have went out there and obviously fucked them up, and maybe he cheated on her before. You don't know their history. You only know what that little snippet is, but that tells me something has happened in their relationship to make her feel that way.
Because people can, like you said, people can just be jealous. So much to the point where, going back to the earlier thing, they don't even like when you watch porn.
I don't know.
That is something deeper than just some dude.
I have had an ex-boyfriend, and he was trying to get with one of my best friends behind my back. Well, I think he probably succeeded in that. And I could have killed her. I would still probably kill her. Just kidding, I wouldn't kill her. But I would fucking...
I already told you, I'm not helping.
Cut her pinky toe off, and then let her live.
She got psychological and physical torture in here.
Whatever.
I would like to read the book, honestly.
Me too. I would love to read the book. I would love to know what is going on in her head and why. Because I bet you something has happened between them. But to only be dating for 3 years, I wonder how long that book took her to write. Like, I wonder how long it was. Like, was it just like 30 pages, just like scrambled all together? Or was it like a really long novel?
Some people write novels once a year. Some people put out 2 a year. Like, the actual act of writing, like, we don't know her profession. She could be a writer.
Right.
Like, that could have not even taken that long. That could just be something
if she was a writer, it's not as far-fetched.
And she could be like, she could have just been toying with the idea of being high, whatever, of the planet. And then been like,
I'm about to kill these bitches.
Yeah, like, a couple years in, like, had already wrote that part. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's get a Black Squad.
Let's off these hoes.
Black Squad's a weird name for, like, a group of, like...
I don't like it. I didn't like when you said it. I don't like it.
I guess it's like Black Ops. Like that's.
I get it. Like I think a black team, like ninja, is wearing like all black, like being sneaky.
Ninjas. You think any like
ninjas are?
Ninjas?
They should. Ninjas are. I mean, I guess it's just all movies that I've seen.
Yeah, like,
but they are so sleek and slick and quiet and stealthy. Like if I'm hiring someone to go kill somebody, yeah. But I wouldn't do torture. It'd be a gunshot, boom, done. Or like Dexter style. Like wrap him up and...
Yeah, but he don't just take them and be done with them.
Then he chops them up.
And he also does psychological
That'd be the
torture.
hardest part.
You're talking to him, talking shit to him.
Yeah, he puts them up, lets them show their wrongs. If I'm dying, I want to know why I'm dying. Like, that's how I feel. If you're going to kill me and fucking slaughter me to death, let me know why. Don't just tell me I'm a random person you found.
Everyone that Dexter finds, as soon as they're wrapped up, they know what led them to that point.
I don't know though. You might not. If you think you're slick, you wouldn't know. You might not know. I mean, you would know, okay, I'm a fucked up person and I deserve this, but
If you
how
end up
does
in that
this guy
position-
know who I am? Like, I would need you to explain to me, how did you find me? Why are you doing this? And
I don't give a fuck.
and
Just
then
put
kill
me out
me.
of misery,
No.
man.
I want to know why.
Fucking stab me in the chest. and
No,
let's get
that's
this
not
over
how
with.
I feel. That's not how I feel.
Well, that's what it is. I don't even know if I'd want to know. I don't want to speak to my murderer. I don't want to deal with this, man.
I would say, hold on, don't kill me yet. Just tell me
Hold
why
on.
you're killing me and then go have
Excuse
at
me,
it.
Excuse me, sir. Before you kill me, I just have a few questions.
Right, like just answer my questions now. It's my last time I'm going to be able to talk.
And I'd slit your throat.
Yeah.
I'd cut off your fingers and fucking...
See?
Yeah, I'd fuck with you.
See, I just saw your face you just got and you looked real mean.
If
So,
I was a serial killer, bro, I would be
not me.
dirty.
If I was a serial killer, I think girl serial killers are cool.
Name one.
There's none that I can name.
There is some. That's why I said name one, because you said you thought they were
I
cool.
don't know.
Like you knew
Did they
them.
kill men?
I mean, I'm sure they didn't discriminate. I'm sure some had like certain MOs, but not like.
I'm sure most people do have MOs. It's usually like if your mom fucked you up, you would kill people who are girls. If your dad was an asshole, you would kill men.
I don't think always. I think that there's
Dexter
serial killers out there
doesn't.
who had.
But he just targets whoever
parents.
was fucked up.
Yeah, but I think there's serial killers out there who had good parents and they're just fucked up in the head.
I don't think so.
You don't think any? You
No.
think it's always parenting?
I think it's trauma.
Okay, well,
Trauma
I just said, I
makes
think someone
a-
could have good parents.
But it doesn't mean, okay, you're good parents, but were you bullied at school every fucking day of your life?
That has nothing to do with. But you were using the two examples of.
Well,
if you
yeah,
were
that
a
was just a
mom,
quick
I killed a
example.
man. If I'm an
But you
ass.
don't come from I mean, typically it is
But I
within
said
the
you could have good
household.
parents. You can still have trauma with having good parents.
Yeah, you could.
I think everybody in some form has some kind of trauma, anyways.
Yeah, they do. Everybody has
It's just about
trauma.
how do you process it, and some people do not process it well.
Or it's like, well, how much have you been through? Because you've been through a lot.
No, I think
It would be hard to process.
I think it's relative. I think that there's people who've been through the worst shit who somehow fucking operate, and there's people who've been through nothing and it fucking breaks them. I think it's completely relative to the situation and what you've had
And who
to
you
do,
are as a person.
and like what you've dealt with up to that point.
And if you're-
Different
I
things
think, like-
genetically, like a lot of factors are at play here. I'm not a psychologist, but I think it's a lot deeper than just a traumatic experience snapping something.
No, it's like multiple
It's a lot of things,
repetitive things.
and it's just a lot of genetics. I think.
Like, I know I was bullied, not like that bad, but I was bullied, and I used to want to kill these motherfuckers.
Okay.
I
You don't
did.
need to fucking incriminate
I
yourself
used to
on a
want
podcast.
to like beat their asses. Like, I did punch two guys in the face once, but they both deserved. They were being mean to me.
We've been through this before. You said you beat some dude's ass, and we like debunked it, and you really didn't.
I punched him in the eye, and then the audacity of the cheerleaders of the other fucking team that we were playing to come up to me and ask me why I did that
You
was
punched someone
absurd.
in public.
At a football game in front of everybody, punched him right in the face. He said I had herpes I had
Well, did you have herpes?
no. He was like, and they told everybody, and then he kept running up to me and saying, "You have herpes," and so I clocked him when he wasn't
How old
looking.
were you?
High school. And he pissed me off because I'm like, I'm done being bullied by you motherfuckers. And then the other team was like, "Why would you do that?" I'm about to be like, I was like, "You're next if you don't shut the fuck up. So get out of my face unless you want clocked too."
You should have told her you have herpes.
Right. Like, don't be coming up to me asking me why I punched a boy in the face. Like, ask him what he did wrong to deserve the punch.
Okay, I don't think that's always the case, but sure.
No, he deserved it though. He was a little fucker. He was a little fucker. And then the other guy said I wouldn't.
I have a
do
feeling
it.
you were also a little fucker.
I wasn't. I wasn't always nice because I was made fun of. So I had to
That's not an excuse.
It is
No, that's an
though.
excuse for kids to shoot up schools. Like, that's not
No,
an excuse.
it's not.
You don't just get to do whatever. Because
I only
you're a bully.
punched 2 kids in the face.
You know how many people?
I'm not saying
Gamer
I'm
everyone
gonna
at
go
some
get
point
a
is
fucking automatic gun and go fucking just blow shit up. No.
There's probably other ways to deal with it than punching them in the eye. in
No,
public
they
as well.
wouldn't listen to me. I would if you say please stop, you're pissing me off.
I tell you, please stop all the time. You just fucking keep going.
Yeah, that's because it's what
Exactly.
people did to me.
Then I'm gonna pop you in the eye.
No.
Next time up.
No, but
Give you a good
I
one.
think
Guys, next week from the podcast, she has a black eye. You know why?
shut the fuck up, Dylan.
Yeah, I know. I'll make you cover that up with makeup. I ain't fucking.
I would
going down for
never.
your ass.
I would put it on Facebook. I'll tell your dad too.
That's why I'll do.
Your
it in
dad
a
is so
place you
funny.
can't
He said
show.
he would beat your ass, even though he might get his ass kicked
Yeah.
too. He would try. So don't fuck with me and don't fuck with him, because we'll beat your ass together.
I'm not worried about either one of you.
Beat your ass together. The thing about me is, if you piss me off, I'm not gonna physically hurt you. I'm gonna get you when you're vulnerable. That's the thing about
And
me.
physically hurt me.
and do whatever I have to do, but I'm not going to do it when you're awake.
You said I'm not going to physically hurt you.
But
yes,
I would
You're
get you when
wait.
you're vulnerable, though.
I would never be vulnerable.
I would plot. That's the thing.
If I
piss
even
me off,
had an inkling that you were plotting, there's not a chance I'm letting you see me in a vulnerable state.
yeah, that's when I would do it. Because like, some of these girls, like, you know that guy who beat the shit out of his girlfriend?
The ex-football player?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like her, and she obviously has been through it multiple times because she set the camera up and stuff for a reason. Like, she was obviously plotting on him. But let some guy throw me around like that, and that's the last thing you're gonna do.
Took that shit like
and I wouldn't even care if I went to prison. Like, lock me up. I don't give a fuck.
Badass. She just took that shit. I was like, God.
Because it happens to her all the time. She probably was like, this is nothing.
I saw this thing like after the fact where she said like that the kid was there, so she didn't want to like react, and after the kid react even worse, which is even more badass.
Now I would show my kid, this is what we do.
Well, the kid is probably at an age where they don't understand what's going on, so she's not trying to upset the kid any more than the
and she probably knows she couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Like,
he was huge.
Yeah, no shit. He's an ex-football player.
He was huge. But that's the type of shit. Okay, beat my ass, but guess what, motherfucker? Wait till you eat your dinner tonight. Wait to eat your dinner tonight, motherfucker. Just wait, because you're about to fucking peel over dead. Poison his ass.
Okay, guys, if I show up missing, you know what happened.
I would do something like that, or just stab you in your sleep.
Okay, cool.
Seriously.
You got anything else? This went from very sexual to very dark very fast.
That's all I had. That's all I had.
Well, you guys know the
deal.
deal.
This is so cool. I love it.
Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. A rating and a review if you're listening to the audio. I'm trying to think of what the fuck you usually say. And follow me at dthag03, Dylan Thacker on YouTube. Follow this serial killer
at DAYUM_DOMI.
Damn, Donnie.
I want to change that still, but I'm not.
I don't think you should. I like it. I like saying, damn, Donnie. I think you should really start fucking promoting it that way.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. It's catchy.
I got a lot of little things with my name.
Yeah, I got none.
You could do damn, Dill, but
no, thank you.
We could both be the damn couple.
That would be the new podcast title.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But all right. You know the deal. We will talk to you next week.
Bye.